Fields on the turn. They're off. That's Double Trouble out fast for the lead. Wonderful Red left well second. That's Ikey R on the rail, and driving up goes Second Locomotion. Around that first turn, Double Trouble needs a neck. Wonderful Red alongside second. Second Locomotion is third. Ikey R is 2 lengths back in fourth, and it's Jano Buttons fifth. Into the stretch for the first time, Wonderful Red makes the top. Second Locomotion, the challenger, now in second. In third is Double Trouble, off the quarter, 29 seconds. Under the finish line the first time, Second Locomotion makes the top. Wonderful Red right there in second. Jano Buttons is third on the outside. In fourth position is Double Trouble. Ikey R out of fifth and going up. Then comes Bingo Rick in sixth. Racing in seventh to the half is a Lion Eye Rick, and trailing the field, Captain Vic. Off the half in 59 and 4, they move on to the far turn. On the front end, it's Second Locomotion leading a length. Dropping in second is Jano Buttons by 2. Under urging on the outside goes Ikey R. Into fourth, going into the far turn, is Bingo Rick. Move on to the 3/4. On the front end, it's Second Locomotion pacing steadily 2 in front. Jano Buttons is second, Ikey R's third. 3/4 time, 1:29 and 3. They're in the stretch. Second Locomotion starts to draw out by about 3 or 4, coming on to be second. And off stride through the stretch is Second Locomotion. Gaining the lead now is Bingo Rick by about 4. A Lion Eye Rick is second. Bingo Rick in front. Fifths. Fields on the turn. They're off. That's Fast Finish out fast. Love Broker aways second. Driving up goes Bar Mary Bird. And around that first turn, Bar Mary Bird from the outside takes a short lead. The Love Broker is second. Fast Finish pacing third. Sound the Charge is fourth round the turn. Then it's Option Rider fifth. Into the stretch for the first time, Bar Mary Bird has the lead. Out of third and driving up goes Fast Finish, and it's Fast Finish that gains the top. Bar Mary Bird holds the inside second. Off the quarter, 30 and 2/5. By the stands the first time, Fast Finish has the top. Bar Mary Bird is second by about 5. Then it's Love Broker pacing third. Option Rider out there fourth. Sound the Charge is fifth at the rail. Coming on to be sixth is Firefly Tony. In seventh round the turn, off stride round that turn was Love Broker. They go off the half in 1 minute and 1/5. They go up the backstretch now, and it's Fast Finished in front by a length. Bar Mary Bird in the pocket second. Moving 3 wide to the upper turn now goes Firefly Tony. Sound the Charge is fourth. Going into the far turn, that's Fast Finish in front by 2.5. Bar Mary Bird right there second. Firefly Tony pacing fast on the outside third. Then it's Sound the Charge fourth. They go off the 3/4 in 1:30 and 3. Fast Finish has the lead by a length. That's Firefly Tony out there second. They're in the stretch. Fast Finish leads. Firefly Tony is second. Bar Mary Bird third. Inside the 8th pole, Fast Finish starts to draw clear by 4. Firefly Tony second with Bar Mary Bird third. Fast Finish in front. They're off. That's the Iron Worker out fast for the lead. Fox Valley Warrior left well and cruised to victory. And around that first turn, cruised to victory quickly into the lead. In second is Iron Worker by 2. Fox Valley Warrior's third. FL's Dream pacing fourth round the turn. Then it's the Mailer in fifth. High Raker is sixth. Andy Warlock seventh. Into the stretch for the first time, Cruise to Victory takes him by the quarter in 30 2/5. In second position by the stands is Iron Worker, Fox Valley Warriors third. FL's Dream is fourth, the Mailer is fifth. Then comes High Raker sixth, Andy Warlock on the move in seventh. Lockport Ideal is eighth, Make Up Your Mind has the field in view. Around the club turn and over to the half-mile pole. On the front end, it's Cruise to Victory in front by 2 lengths. In second position is the Iron Worker. There goes the Mailer pacing on the outside third. Off the half in 1-3 2/5. Along the mid-back stretch, Cruise to Victory is the leader by 2. Iron Worker is second. The Mailer rough-gated momentarily third. Fox Valley Warriors fourth at the rail. Andy Warlock on the outside fifth. FL's Dream is sixth. They move on to the far turn. Cruise to Victory's been there all the way. He leads by 3. In second is Iron Worker, the Mailer hanging out there third. 3/4 time 1:34. They turn for the money. It's Cruise to Victory in front by 2.5, 3. Coming out of second, that's Iron Worker with Fox Valley Warrior. Inside the 8th pole, Cruise to Victory's on a short lead, but here comes the Iron Worker alongside. That's Iron Worker taking a short lead. Cruise to Victory still there. Iron Worker in front. They're off. That's Chuck Stake out fast for the lead. Highway Dust away second. JR's Desperado got off third. They race into the first turn. Highway Dust makes the top. Chuck Stake trotting second. In third position is JR's Desperado. Ronnie Donder with an early move in fourth. Then comes Denny Two-Zip in fifth. Prime Jade at the end. Into the stretch for the first time. Out of second and driving up between horses is Chuck Stake. Ronnie Donder is 3 wide now. Chuck Stake backs into third again. Off the quarter, 30 3/5. It's Ronnie Donder in front by 2. Highway Dust is second a length. Chuck Stake ready to go out of third. JR's Desperado is fourth. Denny Two-Zip is fifth. Prime Jade can see 'em all. And over to the half, Ronnie Donder's in front. There goes Chuck Stake out as third and driving up second, and now to challenge for the lead. They went by the half, 1-3 and 1/5. Moving along the mid-back stretch, it's Ronnie Donder a neck. Chuck Stake right there in second, and now Chuck Stake puts his head in front. Chuck Stake starts to clear and take a length lead now. In second is Ronnie Donder, Highway Dust third. JR's Desperado trotting fourth. Then comes Denny Two-Zip on the move in fifth. Prime Jade at the end. They go up the 3/4, 1:32. Move to the top of the turn. On the front end is Chuck Stake. Denny Two-Zip moving very fast on the outside. That's Denny Two-Zip alongside Chuck Stake. These two battle for the lead. Inside the 8th pole, Denny Two-Zip a short lead. Chuck Stake's not quitting yet though. That's Chuck Stake along the inside. Denny Two-Zip goes off stride. Chuck Stake in front. They're off. That's Tanui Dream out for the early lead. Lustrous Rainbow on the outside. Between horses, that's Sunita Skipper. Into the first turn, Lustrous Rainbow with a short lead. Tanui Dream is second, Sunita Skipper third. Then it's Foxy Delight pacing fourth. Striking Nancy is fifth. Into the stretch for the first time, that's Tanui Dream to reclaim the lead. Lustrous Rainbow in the pocket second. Sunita Skipper is third. The quarter 29 4/5. By the stands the first time, Tanui Dream's the leader. Lustrous Rainbow right there second. Sunita Skipper ready to come out of third. In fourth position, and on the move is Foxy Delight. In fifth to the clubhouse turn, Striking Nancy. Nifty Nancy is sixth. In seventh to the half is Native Valentine. Then it's Treasure's Edge eighth. If Wishes Were can see 'em all. They went by the half in 1-1 and 3/5. Continuing on the backstretch now, it's Tanui Dream the leader. Foxy Delight up on the outside to be second. Lustrous Rainbow is third at the rail. Striking Nancy is fourth with cover. Sunita Skipper needs racing room in fifth. Coming on to be sixth to the upper turn goes Nifty Nancy. They move past the 3/4 in 1:32. Tanui Dream leads 3/4 of a length. Foxy Delight, the challenger, second. 3 wide into the stretch now comes Striking Nancy. Through the stretch, Striking Nancy pacing very fast now to take the lead and draw off. Striking Nancy leads by 4, and she's looking for more. In second position, and on the outside is Treasure's Edge, but they're all chasing Striking Nancy. They're off. A good start with 4 horses going for early position. Lodo King, Way on the outside goes Staples in first spot. Looking for position around that turn. That's Staples in front of length. Up on the outside to be second is first spot. Lodo King is third. HB Rorty is fourth round the turn. Then it's LR Skipper D. Into the stretch for the first time. On the front end, it's first spot with the lead. In second is Staples. Driving out of third and moving up goes Lodo King off the quarter, 30 1/5. First spot has the lead by a length. Lodo King out there second. Staples right there third. Then it's HB Rorty fourth at the rail. LR Skipper D on the outside fifth. In sixth is JC Pee-wee. Lane Skipper is seventh. Direct Lightning is eighth. Kelso Hanover at the end. Out of the turn and into the backstretch. On the front end, it's first spot, 3/4 of a length. Lodo King out there second. In third position is Staples. LR Skipper D out there fourth. They went off the half and 1 2 4/5. Move on to the far turn. It's first spot in front of length and 3/4. Lodo King hanging out there second. Staples is third. LR Skipper D out there fourth. Then it's HB Rorty in fifth. JC Pee-wee off stride. They move past the 3/4 and 1:32 4. They turn for the money. That's first spot with a short lead. Moving fast on the outside. That's LR Skipper D with Staples between horses. Through the stretch, LR Skipper D with the lead. First spot is second. HR Rorty coming on. But it's LR Skipper D. They're off. That's Dr. Beth along the inside out fast for the lead. Miss Logan Raven between horses. And 3 wide goes Tessa Sampson. Into the first turn, Miss Logan Raven has the lead. Tessa Sampson drops in second. Telepathy finds a hole in third. Then it's Dr. Beth with an early move out of fourth, followed by Distant Star fifth. Into the stretch for the first time, Dr. Beth with an early move rushes up on the outside, now to take the lead. Off the quarter, 29 3/5. Dr. Beth's the leader by 2.5. Miss Logan Raven is second. Tessa Sampson's third. Telepathy out of fourth and going up, followed by Distant Star fifth. Alexander T is sixth. Smooth Annie seventh. Then comes Joy Tross eighth. Trailing the field to the half is Jewel K Escort. They go off the half and 1 1 1/5. Move on to the backstretch. Dr. Beth's got the top. Telepathy alongside second ahead. Miss Logan Raven is third at the rail. Distant Star with cover fourth. Then it's Tessa Sampson fifth. Alexander T sixth. Smooth Annie is seventh to the upper turn. Joy Tross and Jewel K Escort. Move on to the 3/4 now. It's Dr. Beth drawing clear by 3 open lengths. Miss Logan Raven takes up the chase in second. Telepathy hanging out there third. Off the 3/4, 1:31 1. They're in the stretch. Dr. Beth leads by 4. Miss Logan Raven second. Al's Amber T closing with Smooth Annie. But through the stretch, Dr. Beth pacing steadily with the lead by 3. In second is Smooth Annie. Dr. Beth in front. They're off. Along the inside, that's Rave Along out for the early lead. Jimmy Reed is second. Dropping in third goes Nimrod Hanover. Al Falcon away fourth. Then it's Kathmandu fifth. And around that turn, Jimmy Reed goes up for the early lead. Rave Along at the rail in second by 3. Nimrod Hanover is third. Al Falcon pacing fourth. Kathmandu fifth. Barracuda Almerhurst is sixth. Rip Van Rocky seventh. Then it's Flicky Crystal and See You Again. They go off the quarter 28 2/5. Under the wire the first time. Jimmy Reed's got the top. Rave Along in the pocket second. There goes Nimrod Hanover up to be third. Al Falcon pulls out of fourth, followed by Kathmandu fifth. Then it's Barracuda Almerhurst sixth. Rip Van Rocky is seventh. Flicky Crystal is eighth past the half, and See You Again at the end. They go by the half in 59-1, move on to the far turn. Jimmy Reed's been there all the way by a length and 3/4. Rave Along right there second. That's Nimrod Hanover hanging out there third. Barracuda Almerhurst saving ground fourth. Al Falcon is fifth. Kathmandu sixth. Into the upper turn they wheel. Jimmy Reed has the lead by 2. Rave Along has getting a trip in second. That's Nimrod Hanover third by the 3/4 mile post in 1:29. They're in the stretch. Jimmy Reed's under a drive. Here comes Rave Along on the outside to challenge and take the lead. Closing ground again is Nimrod Hanover. That's Rave Along with a short lead. Darting through between horses is Barracuda Almerhurst with Rip Van Rocky flying on the outside. Heads apart. They're off. That's Never VJ out for the early lead. Westwood Vixen away second. Then it's Twiggy's Gal third. They fall in the line round that turn with Never VJ the leader by 2.5. Westwood Vixen pacing second. Twiggy's Gal is third. Then it's Lake Hills Pally's fourth. Sable Sue is fifth. Dixie J. Carroll at the end. Into the stretch for the first time. That's Never VJ with the lead. They go off the quarter 29 2/5. Mark Aubin has Never VJ in front by 2. Westwood Vixen in the garden spot second. Twiggy's Gal is third. The pace slows as they head to the club turn. In fourth and driving is Lake Hills Pally. Dixie J. Carroll comes on fifth. Sable Sue is sixth and last. Over to the half mile, Never VJ takes them by the half in 1-1 1/5. Move on to the backstretch. Never VJ's had the best of it, and she still does by 2.5. Westwood Vixen right there second. Lake Hills Pally has reached third on the outside. Twiggy's Gal is fourth. Dixie J. Carroll fifth. Sable Sue at the end. The field moves to the 3/4 now, and it's Never VJ pacing steadily 2 in front. In second by the 3/4 is Westwood Vixen. Lake Hills Pally's third. 3/4 time 1:31 as the pace quickens. They're in the lane. Never VJ's under a drive 2 in front. In second position is Lake Hills Pally. Moving through on the inside is Westwood Vixen. Closing from far back is Sable Sue, and she is flying on the outside to take the lead and draw away. Sable Sue getting up. off. That's Shogi Pie out fast for the lead. Keen Fella in the middle of the racetrack left well, with Frenchie D away third. And around that first turn, the Keen Fella makes the tap. Shogi Pie right there second. Frenchie D pacing third. De Fuhrer racing fourth. Right to Court is fifth. Into the stretch for the first time. Keen Fella's got the tap. Shogi Pie in the pocket second. Frenchie D pacing third. The quarter 29 3/5. Shogi Pie drives out of second and now moving up to take the lead. Keen Fella back to second. Frenchie D is third. De Fuhrer is fourth. On the outside fifth is Navajo D. Right to Court is sixth. Colorado seventh. Shannon T.W. is eighth, and trailing is Queen's Advocate. Over to the half mile on the front end, it's Shogi Pie with the lead. Frenchie D alongside second. Keen Fella backing up third. De Fuhrer moves into third now. Keen Fella back to fourth. On the outside fifth is Navajo D. Right to Court is sixth. Move on to the far turn. Shogi Pie leads by 2. De Fuhrer on the outside second and neck. Frenchie D is third. Moving through on the inside fourth is Right to Court off the 3/4 and 1:31 2. They turn for the money. Shogi Pie's got the lead. In second is Frenchie D with De Fuhrer third. Through the stretch, Shogi Pie draws off to lead by 4. In second position is De Fuhrer with Frenchie D third, but they're all chasing Shogi Pie.